Hey, it's Christopher the Bronze Age Nerd. Let's talk comics. So this is the show where I talk about my life as a comic book collector over the last week, and I also talk about pickups I've made, share with you every pickup I've made over the last week, and talk a little bit of news, speculation, that sort of stuff. First up is a order that I got from a seller on Instagram. He's actually the first seller on Instagram I ever purchased from. His name is Panel Punks for Sale. He's a great seller. He packs stuff extremely well. He works with you on everything. He's just a good seller. I picked up a bunch of comics from him. Let's go over what I got from him. So first up from him, I got Avengers It All Begins Here #0. And this is the first cameo appearance of American Kaiju. It's also the first cameo team appearance of the Ultimates. Captain Marvel, America Chavez, Blue Marvel, Spectrum, Black Panther. So pretty cool comic to get right now. American Kaiju, I don't think is ever going to be a huge character, but it's kind of nice to have his first appearance and cameo. I do kind of want to go after his first full appearance as well. And yeah, this is just a book that I could see kind of rising up a few dollars more than I got it for sure. Along the same lines, is a book that I think it doesn't hurt to have in your collection right now. That's Champions 1. This is the first team appearance of the Champions. There's no actual first appearances in it. It's the first team appearance. Those never really do as well as some other stuff, but you know, I figured it's a good book to have. Certainly a lot of these characters are proving to be something that people go after, so why not have their first appearance? Okay, going a little bit older school here, we have the Defenders #17, and this is the first appearance of the Wrecking Crew. It is a cameo, and 18 would definitely be a nice issue to have after this, but it's also the first time that Luke Cage meets the Defenders, so another, you know, kind of a cool issue, especially with Luke Cage coming back to the MCU. So really, I grabbed a lot of these comics from Panel Punks, but there's two comics I went after, and this is one of them. And that's the Eternals #1. The Eternals is, of course, coming to the MCU later this year. This book is probably the most valuable from the collection, but it actually has maybe the least amount of first appearances in the first 5 or 6 issues. This one's the first partial team appearance and the origin of the Eternals and the Deviants. It's the first appearance of Icarus, who is definitely going to appear in the Eternals. And it's the first appearance of Crow and Brother Toad, who are Deviants. And it's the first appearance of Margot Damien. Just kind of a cool issue. I'm definitely going after a couple other issues in the Eternals run. I have this, and I believe I have #5 as well from this original Eternals run. And I'm going after several others. He threw in a couple freebies. One of them is this giant size X-Men, which I don't think is a bad book to own. It's a tribute book. It's basically like a retelling of that story. And oddly enough, I actually had a couple other copies of this already, so this is my 3rd copy now. He included Iceman #1, a book that, you know, probably doesn't have a ton of value, but I am an X-Men fan, so I don't mind getting it. This is another book I picked up from him. Saw a little bit of buzz around it. Incredible Hulk 418, the die cut cover. This is the first appearance of Talos the Untamed, and it's also a cameo appearance of Death from Sandman. And I just think that's pretty interesting. I mean, it's for years been a very cheap book you could find everywhere because it's the marriage of Rick Jones. Not a very big deal, but turns out there's a couple other things that are kind of interesting in it. We know Talos is coming back, and we know that Death is coming in Sandman and on the Netflix series. Here's another key he threw in, or another freebie he threw in. And then this was the second big key I went after. New Teen Titans #2, which is the first Deathstroke. So I definitely wanted to pick this one up going into, you know, the Snyder Cut coming out. And then, you know, supposedly we're going to see Deathstroke in the larger DCEU, so why not? And if you've been following along, you know I picked up another copy of this before, but I've added a second copy now. This one's in a little bit lower grade. This is Secret War 2. which is the first appearance of Quake. So, character that has been confirmed to come back in the MCU. They might even be completely redoing her origin, but apparently Chloe Bennett will play her. So definitely excited to have a couple copies of that. All right, next up we have a book that trickled in from eBay. This is my third copy now of G.I. Joe 32, which is the first appearance of Lady J. This was a newsstand, so I definitely wanted to pick it up, even though it's not in perfect shape. It's probably kind of in the 8.0 range maybe, but definitely wanted to have an extra copy of that. Okay, and next up I got 2 copies of the trade of Star Wars The High Republic #3, and more importantly, this is the Mike Mayhew cover, which is also the first cover appearance of this bad dude, who's the... I want to say he's the leader of the new bad faction in the Old Republic era, the crazy evil space pirate guys. I want to say that's who this is, but this is one that just it sold out in minutes. I was lucky enough to get 2 copies of the trade. I really wanted the Virgin. I want to say his name's like Ro or Rao or something. I'll throw it in on the text, but yeah, just a comic that I just had to jump on as soon as I saw it. I love Mike Mayhew's work, and it was really cool that this was going to be the first cover appearance. So went after this one pretty hard, as did a lot of other people. If you followed along on my first live stream I did on my channel, you saw me unbox my Torpedo Comics G.I. Joe exclusive. This is a jock cover of Destro, and it came with the trade, and it came with the Virgin as well. So love those jock covers. This is kind of an interesting one. I like Destro, and why not grab it? I was hoping to win something in the mystery box, of course. That didn't happen, but there you go. So this is a pickup I got from Chris over at Jerno's Comics and Collectibles. This was a freebie he threw in. I'll show you the real comic, and I got in a second, but he did a claim sale. I think it was his first ever claim sale. Don't quote me on that, I could be wrong. But yeah, he just threw this as a freebie in here, but the comic I actually went after is Star Wars 1, and this is a Whitman variant. So obviously, nowhere near the astronomical value of the first print. But I figure as people get priced out of that first print, there is a chance that we could see this book climb a little bit. And not only that, I don't own a copy, so I thought, gosh, it's a good deal. It's a reputable seller, obviously. Why not grab it? So I went after that, and I'm glad I have a copy in my collection now. So it wouldn't be a pickup collection with Bronze Age Nerd if I didn't showcase a nice booty cover. And I love Punchline. Had to jump all over this Ebas cover from Comics Elite. It sold out the first time. They had a small additional allocation that came up on like a midnight sale, and I got the alert for it, and I just jumped on it because I really wanted it. It's just a cool cover, and I love that character, and it's right up my alley. All right, so speaking of Comics Elite, let's dive into my my Comics Elite shipment I got from them. First up, you got Amazing Spider-Man. I think that's 59. That's the masterpiece variant thing they've been doing for the Spider-Man cover. Batman Catwoman #3. Deja Thoris #10. This is the Lucio Perillo cover. Future State Dark Detective #3. Future State Kara Zor-El second printing. Future State Kara Zor-El #2, the B cover. And I picked up 2 copies of Teen Titans, Future State Teen Titans #1, the second printing, which is the first full Red X in DC continuity, I think is kind of what we've decided. And then there's the Red X cover. And I got 2 of those. And then I got 2 of the die cut non-stop Spider-Man covers, which I love the callback to like the No Prize, the No cover. That's pretty cool. So I did launch my new action figure overview for the House of X Marvel Legends figures, and in that partial bit of the wave I picked up, I got Cyclops, Wolverine, Professor X, and Moira McTaggart. Also, I did launch a video showcasing my Chris Claremont CGC submission. I hope to get those back in the next couple weeks. I did my first live stream. So I unboxed that Torpedo Comics box on my first live stream, had a few people pop in. Bill from Economics and Comics popped in, that was pretty cool. Also Dream of August Comics showed up and they were in the live chat. We were having some really great dialogue. I plan to do more of those as time allows and kind of basically take it as an opportunity to field questions. We talked about the Snyder Cut, we talked about Punchline, we talked about Tinian and Kate's and what's bigger, Department of Truth or Something is Killing the Children. We talked about just a lot of the things going on in the comics world, and I do want to do more of those. That was a lot of fun. I definitely enjoyed talking to people in real time. It was a really cool experience. So I plan to do more live streams, and I'll announce it here. I've agreed to do an interview with Dream of August. They have their comic hobby origin series that they do, and I will be recording an episode with them. I don't know when it'll drop. I'll definitely keep you guys updated as I get more details. But basically it'll be an interview where I get to talk about what got me into comics and what I like in comic books and what the goals of my channel are, a few things like that. So I think it's going to be pretty fun. I'm excited to do that and let everybody check that out. And I'm really appreciative of them for reaching out to me for doing that. They're a really cool channel. Go check it out. I checked out their video that they interviewed Streetside Anthony, who's a really cool character in the comics community. Definitely check out that one and some of their other videos too. Go ahead and head over there and subscribe and like their videos and check it out. I think they're really worth seeing what they're doing. It's pretty cool. They're a new channel. They're kind of just getting rolling, so I think they're just going to get better and better. And lastly, I'll kind of just wrap up by saying thank you to everybody. My video that got shared by Chris over at Jerno's is now over 5,000 views. I think it's at like 5,100 or something. And it's really cool hearing everybody's opinion on what happened and the situation. You know, people are checking out some of my other videos, which is really cool. I never expected to get this much attention as a YouTube channel, so this has really just been an amazing and interesting experience, and I can't do it without all you guys. So thank you so much for every person that's watched my videos. I really appreciate it. It's been really awesome. I'm never going to ask you for money, but I did launch a Ko-fi. The link is in my description. If you do want to support the channel, that's totally cool. I'm never going to do premium content unless things drastically change. So this isn't like a, hey, if you support me, you'll get access to this kind of content thing. This is a, hey, if you want to throw a few bucks at me buying some of these comics or upgrading my camera or anything like that, or getting better lights, any of that kind of stuff, that's where that money would go. There is some cost in this channel with some of the software I use and that kind of stuff. So it's basically just a way to support me if you want to. It's 100% optional. I don't expect anybody to do it. You don't have to if you don't want to. I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't ever ask you to subscribe. I don't ever ask you to hit the bell or any of that kind of stuff. You can if you want to. I'm not in this to get 1 million subscribers and do that. That's totally fine. If you're a channel out there that does that, more power to you. It's just not my goal in doing this. I do this as a creative outlet. I do this to hopefully share some cool stories and educate people if they want it, or at least offer a different perspective and just be another voice in the comics community. I thought I had some interesting things to add, so I figured why not get some videos out there, especially during this, you know, period that we're in time where there's a lot of people stuck at home. There's more people enjoying content on YouTube and comics content, and I knew I had some stuff that I could offer, so I just wanted to put that in front of you guys and see what you thought. And it sounds like some of you enjoy it, which is really awesome. And I can't thank you enough for the support you've shown me. It's really been wonderful. It's a humbling experience, and I'm excited to see where this channel goes as far as interaction with all of you. And definitely let me know if there's any stuff you want me to cover in the comments below. There's a really good chance that if you come up with an idea that I'll probably end up doing it because I am listening directly to you guys. So definitely let me know. All right, thank you for tuning in to another Monday Mail Call. I am Christopher, your Bronze Age nerd, and I just want you to remember, as always, hey, read comics every day.